Yo, 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 what's going on? Let's play non-copyright play music today. I might have found something. I might have found something we could use. If this channel's not free, though, I'm going to be pissed. How do I... Oh, there we go. By the way, guys, we need to see an exit of this area, but it is a good sign for buyers that we're holding it so far. So, a little bit more buyer favored this morning. Bro, do they not have playlist? Oh my god. If these are not copyright, I'll be surprised. Holy shit, that's loud. Why is that shit so loud? Is it loud for y'all? That shit is loud for me. Good morning, Joe. Good to see you. Potential buyers here on SPY. Like I said at the very beginning of the stream, we are a little bit more buyer favored this morning just because of how we're holding on to the 656s, looking to get above the 660s, really. But so far, a pretty good initial open here for SPY. We'll see if we get any continuation after that. Ooh, XLK taking a dip here at the open. Banks are up. Comms are up. Discretionary is up. Healthcare is up. Staples are trying to go down. Energy slightly up. Oil is down today at the open. Gold is up today. The dollar is slightly flat, pretty much close to yesterday's close. So actually that makes more sense why we're up so much. Alright, let me share the need to know market risk in my channel. The U.S. stock index futures paired earlier gains driven by optimism over a diplomatic push to end the war, after Iranian media reported the country does not accept a ceasefire and dismissed U.S. talks as illogical. Fars news agency citing a source, Iran will not accept a ceasefire or enter into this process with a party that has violated its agreements. Dollar and oil gained, U.S. stocks indexes fell. But I'm actually watching them go up right now. So that's a lie. Actually, none of this went down. I just realized it never looked like that bad last night, honestly. And then I'll try to share the briefing when that pops up. It doesn't normally pop up for like 20-30 minutes, though. Make sure to drop a like on the stream and share the stream link around. I don't know where everybody is today, man. Normally we got like 20-30 people in here right at the open. I guess everyone's scared of Wednesday. But good morning if you guys are here. I was trying to click Microsoft, but it keeps dancing with Netflix. Jesus. Damn, coin's having a couple crazy days. Dude, and they did it again. I'm on Intel now. Coin made a really big move yesterday, by the way. There was a double inside bar that we talked about in the stream inside of the March 19th candle. And it just dumped that after it made that low right here. Broke under 190 and actually made it to the gap fill and more. It made it down to the 50% retracement level as well. So now I'm looking to see, now that it's making another inside bar, can it retake this and try to move back up? Because this could be a liquidity grab happening on Coinbase. And you can see here on Bitcoin itself, it doesn't look shit at all. It looks like it is trying to grind back up. So that coin chart could be kind of faking people out right now. Coin is sometimes late, though, to the move, I've noticed, when following Bitcoin. Sorry, I can't speak English right now. So I have noticed that, and I am keeping my eye on that because that is a little weird. All right, I'm going to turn off equities. I've been just trying to leave this on recently just because I think some people are actually interested in seeing the pre-market information just because of how much movement we've been seeing recently. So I actually don't blame you guys for at least wanting to take a quick look. Yeah, as you can see, though, not even a couple days ago, this is literally yesterday, or Monday, sorry, can't speak. Getting above this level, rejecting it, falling under 660s, rejecting it, falling further, rejecting 656s, falling further. This is the first time we didn't fall further. We ended up coming down here, holding 2 times, actually, above this area. So this area is, I mean, it was highlighted, but now it's not. But this area is very important. So it's not that surprising that when we got a bounce, it happened from here. As we knew not to be extra bearish under this because we didn't break it yet. But now that we've pushed back into this area, it's kind of weird because we didn't just push back to it. We're over it now. You know, we're opening and we're pushing over it. So I'm a little worried that at the beginning of the day we will get a break of CDO, just because there isn't really a whole lot of reason why we're up here. It's just the initial open, so we'll see. I don't know. It just feels like bullshit right here. Until I see more price action above this, it's hard to trust, is really what I think I'm trying to say. And feel free to disagree if you guys want. If you have your own TA or you want to share whatever you're looking at, feel free to share. This isn't Bueller knows all, tells all. You know, I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. I don't know all this stuff. Just someone trying my best. I like to make that clear, though, because I like to sound confident. I like to come up here and try to act like I know what I'm doing, but I don't want people coming in here and thinking, like, oh, just trade everything he says. I don't want that. The 200 SMA is right above as well. Yeah, that's crazy. So historically, just trading around that, it makes sense why I feel sticky right here. It does feel like a really, really big pivot point is right here. And as you see on the screen, there's a huge highlighted area. So it makes sense. There's a pretty large pivot area right here. I'm also kind of keeping a look at my sectors because this does give me confidence. Whenever I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm looking at, or I don't have a good grip, I always come back to these just to kind of get that grip again. And you can see damn near every sector looks the exact same. That's why I feel a little weird. Because whenever you see that and like every sector is doing the exact same price action, it is a little eh. Like banks, comms, these, I won't lie, tech is looking a little better now. They're actually just going up. So we'll see if that continues. But this is definitely my main driving force for direction. And then kind of seeing what these are doing to kind of add on to that definitely gives me more or less confidence. Right? Because tech is kind of by itself if this trend continues. If you actually go through these, you'll see, yes, they did go up, but I mean, they've all stopped. Some of them are even pulling back a little bit. Well, you go look at tech, and they're trying their best to get a new high of day right now. So yeah, I am a little on the fence about some of these moves at the open. We also, thank you for saying SPX. I'm so glad I looked back at chat. I forgot to send my post. I just did hashtag Jesus, dude, what is wrong with me this morning? SPY and levels and swings. I like that I see Kevo swing trading Microsoft with Miker, and he's just looking at the daily. I can't tell you how annoyed I get when people are like in a swing trade with me or take their own swing trade and they mention like the 5 minute or something. And I'm like, what drew you to look at the 5 minute? It all comes back to like awareness. You know, whenever you know when I say like when you get in a scalp, you should probably exit as if you're in a scalp, not try to hold it forever as if it was a day trade you're trying to hold all day or turn it into a swing trade. You know, it's the same thing when you turn a day trade into a swing trade. It's the same exact thing. It's like it's like trying to tell a fish to climb. It's like, what are you doing? You know, you're not even giving your trade a chance. That's why you're losing them. Sometimes I see people do that, and it's like, dude, I feel like you're just going to the 5 minute to scare yourself. Like, you don't actually care about what price is doing. You're just telling yourself that so you can continue to be curious about what price is actually doing. But in reality, you're not doing it for that reason. You're doing it because you want to scare yourself. You want to put yourself in the scenario where you feel that risk. You know, it's like some weird high you're going after. You know, it's like, I don't know. it's not good to treat your trade different than what you're literally doing. You know, if you're going for a scalp, why are you trying to sit there and talk like you're gonna hold it all day, or actually hold it all day? You know, it's just weird. If you're in a swing trade, you're not going to go down to the 5 minute to review that. You're going to remind yourself of your larger time frames and be like, oh yeah, this is why I liked it. This is what I should watch. You're not going to come up with some new bullshit reasoning to like it or dislike it. And if you do, you're literally just tricking yourself. And see, I did feel a little weird, guys. See, I wasn't tripping balls there. It's just because, like, everything else went up first before tech. Comms, banks, and discretionary all went up before tech did. You know, banks, sure, go up before tech all you want. Y'all are, like, the only sector that's really allowed to. But these others are not allowed to do that. Unless they get news. Like, isolated news. But it just, I don't know, it feels weird here at the open. I definitely feel a little bit more... I feel bearish, even though we're above a pretty good level. And I explained why. I'm not just saying that because I reached down to my heart and I said, you know, these are my feelings. No, I genuinely, it's like the intuition of what we're seeing based on context. You know, I see some weird disruption in the sectors. I don't really like a lot of the candlesticks we have here on SPY itself at the key level that we're really trying to hold above to get a good move up. 660 is about pre-market high. We just straight up projected that shit. So there's a few reasons why I'm not liking it here. Also, it's a little funny that where we have support and where we have resistance is pretty much our previous day close and today's open. Price is sticking right to those magnet areas right now. Good morning, by the way, guys. Make sure to drop a like on the stream, share the stream link around. I think there's a lot of people that slept in Wednesday or are not looking at the market today. At least from my chat is what I'm talking about. I don't mean the entirety of the market. Of course, I do not have that information. Though that would be cool. Does it actually? Jesus Christ. Good looks, Carter. I was going to say, I wanted to see if the extensions line up with anything, and they're pretty close. That's why I say, try to tell people, man, like, if you draw the gap fib, it should line up with other shit you already have, or at least some of it should. But that's especially cool when the 50% lines up. That's probably the coolest one that could line up with something. Or if you have, like, the golden pocket set, which, again, no hate to anybody who uses that still. I just don't personally use it, but GP is fine. Just remember what I said. You know, if you're gonna do one thing, stick to it. Don't do one thing this way and then switch it up the next day just because you feel like it. And yeah, there's that new low, guys. I told you I didn't really like this move so far. All right, sorry. Did a lot of typing just now. We're all good. Also, the news has been contradicting itself for the past 2 weeks. And then people are still getting surprised that we're getting up and down in the same week. Like, not just some small shit, like some actually good moves, up and down. It's like, yeah, of course we're getting whipsaw news. Of course we're going to get a whipsaw price action. It's the exact same thing as what I just finished talking about. You know, if you're going to treat your scalp as a scalp, treat it as a scalp. If you're going to get into a scalp, treat it as a scalp. It's, you know, pretty simple. I think it's really easy to forget that, though, when you're trying to trade, when you're in the process, when you're prepping, re-clearing your chart, resetting it up. I think it's really easy to forget all of this shit. So, It's not that it's hard or that it's not simple or anything. I think it's just easy to forget or not think about when you're actively trying to do other things. So if you could just remember that as best as you can. You know, you're not going to sit there and expect a fish to be able to climb. And there's some of that move down right now. We'll see if this continues down. Like I said, I've been heavily favoring bears ever since we got above this, just because it honestly just felt like shit. And then going through the sectors, it just didn't feel right. Again, using the sectors to give ourselves that confidence, not just some random, you know, whatever, random confirmation. We're actually using something that is a part of the chart we're looking at the trade. Good morning, good morning. Be sure to drop a like, share the stream link around. Good to see you guys. Let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet. Low key, I think some of you are about to say what music, even though I literally just heard it on stream. Go ahead and troll me. And if it isn't, then it really is. And look at that. Oh my god, we got a really good move down, guys. Very good beginning of the day. See if we make it down to that 656. I really want to see it get down to 656 here. The 656s are already in the 150s. And if you've been with me since the beginning of the stream, you know that we are bearish under 659.11, and you have definitely heard me go over how this could pull back, not just with feeling or emotion or trying to make you think that I'm going to make you rich, but with actual confirmation. So I hope you guys also try to do this on your own, try to actually pick up on the sectors and just kind of combining it together with the information we see on our SPY chart itself. But guys, that is a beautiful dip down below. If you guys aren't in scalps here at the open, I don't blame you. It is a little early in the day. But I think this is a great start to the day, just to kind of show us today could be really, really good for scalping. You entered 2 puts on the 941 candle, sold at CDO. You sold at current day open. Had the 90% at pre-market high. Okay, I was like, damn. I would like to point out, discretionaries at CDO, so be careful here now. As well as healthcare and discretionary at their current day open. Comms are slightly below it. Banks are just slightly below with their first candle. Tech is below with a few candles now, but the tech is hitting a support. I'm a little concerned with this chart if that continues breaking. If 136.60s continue to break on tech, I don't see why this can't go more. If 136.60s catch support or at least range trade around it, and these all start going back up, we could see really good green candles. So keep these two scenarios in mind. Because, yeah, if we go back up and retake, liquidity grab moving higher. If we stay under this or reject this, probably moving lower down to the overnight gap 50% on a lot of these different charts, which some of these have already hit. Like, a lot of your sectors have already hit their 50% overnights. Except discretionary, of course. Except healthcare, which I would like to point out are the two sectors that were actually kind of overperforming here at the open. So we'll see if this continues or not, but if those make it down to the 50% and tech is still bleeding, I don't see why SPY doesn't move lower. If these all reverse and hold or don't even at all make it below CDO on healthcare and discretionary, and we do see these pick back up now that they're at their 50%, because again, some of these are positioned differently, then we probably will see this recover back to current day open, maybe even 660s, maybe even a new high of day if that strength continues. But I don't want to get too dreamy-eyed on that. Yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying some of these updates. Let's try to keep it up. It was a scalp expecting a bounce. Damn, man. I'm not trying to be rude, but you got to listen into the stream, because I'll be honest, I feel like you sold way too early. You did have a really good entry, though, so I feel like you're allowed to exit early. That's why I kind of reverted back my reaction whenever I first read your message, because I was like, oh, okay, never mind. He had like a pretty insane entry. Basically high of day. So I feel like you're okay, but if you listen into the stream, you'll hear me go over how bearish some of these sectors are as they're pulling back, as I did, and it just felt like that was going to definitely come back more. So I just felt like you could have gotten more out of your trade. But honestly, still great job, because your entry is still incredible, and I feel like that's really what I'm more expecting from you guys now, is just good entries. You should have such good entries, it allows you to have an easier outcome. And when you're wrong, you should have a pretty clear indication of, hey, I'm wrong. You know, I'm going to get out of this. I don't need to continue to hold this and continue to go more red. So, but that's my thoughts on all that. Can't complain though, man, because the entries, when they're powerful, it's really hard to sit there and criticize a trade when you look at that and you're like, damn, bro, he entered where? You know, so it just has such impact when you have such a good entry. It allows you to have such an easier trade a lot of the time. It's not in every not every trade's going to be easier, but you know what I mean. Aloha, SF. Good to see you. Aloha, Tobias. Hey, yo. I don't think I missed anybody, but good morning, everybody. I've honestly just been reading out alerts as much as I can. I'm not reading as much yet. But good morning, good morning, good morning. Drop a like on the stream. Share the stream link around. And if you have any TA or any thoughts on what you're doing or whatever you guys are looking at, feel free to share it. I've been updating the sectors very heavily this morning just because the direction was a little bit unclear right at the open, started to become more clear a little bit right after the open, and now we're kind of right back to where we were, where things are trying to bounce at 50% levels from their overnight move, like on your tech, on your comm sector, on your on your banks, I mean. Comms, I don't think quite made it there. I think they're very close, though. Discretionary hasn't even actually made a good move under the CDO yet, so we're kind of looking to see if that holds or falls. And then same thing with our healthcare, because these two do weigh a pretty good amount, and they're doing the exact same thing, while a couple of our other sectors are doing something else. So kind of having to keep track of all four. But these are basically just 50% tests of overnight gap, and then these are just CDO to see if they're holding or not. Which, as I click on discretionary, you can see they're pulling back more. We'll see if that continues, though. But that's your Amazon and your Tesla sector, which looks like Tesla is pulling back a little bit, but from its highs, not from anything low. So, like I said, that should bring more red if we do see that, and you see tech, still tapering off or still under this area, which it looks like it is. Good shit, though, guys. Yeah, say it with me, folks. I'm feeling good today, man. Say it with me. The gap 50% was tested. Easiest directional shit of my life just now. Really good streams to review this week and beginning of the week before. This is super clear. Let everyone else freak out and focus on if Trump's going to tweet or not. I'm more focused on what the market's literally telling me. This shit is so easy, man, when you're looking at the sectors. I'm sorry. Not every day is going to feel like this. That's a very realistic, thing to know. It's not always going to be like this, but bro, this shit was easy. This shit was so easy today. If you struggled today, I would love to know. I would love to grind. I would love to work on it because this shit was easy. Would you like to know where those 655s are at now? I mean, sorry, 656s. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to what I'm saying. They broke well over 200. I can't even type. Jesus Christ. This has been too easy recently. And I can't even tell you how unaware of news I've been recently. It is absolutely funny. I'm like the idiot running through the storm who has no idea there's a tornado headed his way. I'm just running around hitting everything. And then I'm still getting out alive. I'm still getting everything I needed. It's fucking awesome. And sorry for the language. I am honestly super hyped. The trading this week has been chef's kiss. I love too that I could scalp the end of day Monday. It allowed me to get into a swing to get in for Tuesday. I exit my swing. We did great on Tuesday. Didn't have to catch a scalp yesterday. Easy scalps right here at the beginning of Wednesday. Like this, I fucking love when you get such a good start to a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it makes you feel like so much less pressure on Thursday and Friday, like you don't even need to touch anything. And if you happen to see something, it's probably really good because you're in that feeling where, I mean, most of us probably aren't. Most of us probably think we need to keep trading, you need to keep going, you need to keep going on that hype train. When in reality, you do need to just kind of like chill out. And if you do happen to see something, though, what I was going to say is when you do actually see something and you're in that mindset, it pushes you in so good to get in because you are already in the mindset of not wanting to catch anything else, right? So if you're catching another opportunity, it must be the most godliest setup you've ever seen in your life. But yeah, that was fucking awesome to call out, guys. But did anybody struggle today? Did anyone do really good today? I'd love to know both sides of the story, honestly, from you guys. How are you doing? You guys hear me covering this shit clear as day, left to right. What are you guys up to? Is the updates helping you? Or do you still suck? You know, let's work on that. You know, we can all suck together. Let's try to grow together. If we can suck together, we can grow together. That sounds sus as fuck when you say that isolated. But you know what I meant. I never have the FOMO that I need to touch anything I've been cured of. It took 9 years. Yeah. I think it definitely takes a little bit of success and a little bit of failure to finally understand that feeling. It's a weird feeling. Because in the beginning, it's impossible to even fathom that. It's impossible to fathom that you could even have that feeling of not feeling the need to trade. You know, it's weird. It's weird. Good shit, Carter. I fucking love to hear that, man. I did well using the sectors and cues with SPY gives great conflict. Dude, I fucking love to hear that. That's all I love to hear. Shout out to the gap 50%. Shit's been easy. That's actually perfect. Just remove all of that. Just put the gap 50% was tested after CDO was broken. CDO broke gap 50%. Something like that's funny. Make sure to, you guys, to not get FOMO seeing other people trade or not trade. I think it's really easy to see someone else be like, oh, I'm trading this or I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then you just randomly feel the need to join them. Oh, fuck. Okay. I forgot to go update SPX, which is kind of important. If anybody's trading this shit's expensive. Dude, what a fucking great week this is, man. You know what? Not excuse my language. I'm just hyped. I'm allowed to cuss. We're doing great. Let me go to the high of that. Honestly, I don't know why that just grabbed my attention instantly. I'm a little interested in that high now that I see it like that. What is that? Is that Monday? Yeah, that is Monday. Dude, I am fucking up all kinds of sentences in Discord today. I get excited and try to type too quick, and then I like it's funny too, because I'll literally type the letter I need to type. I just type it one letter too early. I did read that data, Jay. I just didn't want to read it again because I felt so embarrassed after what I even said. So I was like, why did I say all that? I mean, it made sense what I was trying to say. Now a lower high, and then Keva joining that he is buying puts, and then I might also play small hole. Conditional. Yeah, gotta always be conditional. If this, then that. If that, then this. In your trades, on your chart, it doesn't matter. You can apply that everywhere. Yeah, good looks. Sheesh, UNH. Dude, we can all agree that the semiconductors are doing great today. That's definitely not the part of tech that's weak today. As I say that. Dude, it's crazy how insane this level has been. I gotta show y'all this. So you go here, right? Oh, whoops. Right here. We're pushing up into this area, right? We know this is a potential rejection area if it doesn't get over and hold. We go up, we reject it. Now we're like, okay, fuck, tech is bearish. Makes its move all the way to this level. It holds the level at range trades. It's closing above it. All that good shit, right? Next day, opens below it, goes up to it, smacks it, rejects it, falls more. This gives us initial kind of bearish intent on SPY. You can see it falls a little bit more, goes up into it, rejects it, comes back down, still under it. Today, we are opening above it and holding it as support. So there's a good chance that we do see a pump today as long as this holds. Also, that's not a bad candle to see. Inside bar into a bullish engulfing on the 5 minutes. Pretty insane. Now, I would like to see them get over CDO, current day open, but we'll see if they can do that. But we would still be under the main key area. As you can see, for multiple days now, we've had struggle getting past this. So, still looking to go bump our head against this if tech doesn't hold under 136.60s. Are we all clear on that? Everybody in YouTube stream, give me a thumbs up or an emoji, something to confirm you understand what I'm saying. That is probably the most important information right here, right now, moving forward on the market. Tech weighs a lot. If you're someone who looks at SPY, Triple Q, you're going to definitely want that information. $20 machines or something, they go hard because they... Oh. Interesting, Tobias, interesting. And yeah, I've been reading your channel and going through some of it. Hope you're doing good, brother, over there in the Netherlands. Low key, I haven't been able to hear this song the whole stream, or since that one started. That one was so quiet. All right, no more music for stream. You all lost privileges. No, it's because I genuinely just... I hate how some of the songs are like loud as shit. I gotta fix it midstream. And then the next song's like quiet as shit. I gotta turn it back up. And then I go check into the stream and someone's like, wait, you've had music playing this whole time? You know, it's just like, music is so fucking hard to play for on YouTube, in my opinion. Other streamers might not have this problem because they already have their playlist, but I don't like listening to the same shit every stream. I don't think people in my stream want to hear the same shit every stream. You know, we had times where we'd play like, what's that shit called? Lo-fi. We played lo-fi in here because lo-fi is pretty non-copyright for most of it. And then we'd listen to classical. Then we'd listen to just other non... It's just literally categorized as non-copyright music. And I think you all know what that sounds like. But yeah. That's just my brain and how it works. Right now, still getting a reaction, which kind of was expected. We've been talking about if we do move lower, that we're probably going to go down to the 50% on a lot of these charts. On our K and V... No, I'm sorry, K and F. We were looking to see if their gap 50% held. As you can see, banks did not, but they are wicking a little bit. Tech did, in fact, hold and bounced. On on Y and V, we were looking to see if they would continue under current day open. They have done that, or I'm sorry, discretionary has done that, has pushed a little bit lower. Didn't actually even make it to the 50%. V did not break it. V ended up holding with a wick, multiple candles, and just kind of slightly moving up. I wouldn't say they bounced super hard, but definitely looking pretty good. As these were holding, which made SPY a little bit more favorable. Like I said, make sure you guys are paying attention to the sector updates. It is a pretty cool picture to paint in your head. Also, it gives you actual confidence. You know, I'm not gonna sit up here and go, no, dude, Trump's not ending this war forever and just keep shorting. I'm not gonna sit here and go, no, it ends today and I'm gonna keep longing, because I just don't see the point in focusing on news for trading when there's other indications in the market that can help you trade. It's just, if you only read news, you're gonna feel like it's the only thing that can help you. If all I think about are bad things, of course I'm gonna be depressed. It's the exact same thing. I need to update more, but my hip is hurting again and pain is destroying my energy. Dude, just rest. I don't think anybody in chat's going to knock you for not posting. Morning, friends in Bueller. Aw. What's up, Ace? Everybody say hi to Ace. We love Ace. How you doing, brother? If you want Ace, you can go back and review a little bit of the stream. It has only been about 40 minutes or so, but this stream has been hot, let me tell you. This whole week has been hot. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, honestly. This whole week's been really good to us. Trying to keep that up. Make sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. Make sure to share the stream link around if you can. And be yourself. Share something about you if you're new in here. If you're a lurker, at least say hi. If you're busy at work, don't type. I don't want to get you fired. And y'all better not be driving while typing in here. Alex, looking at you. See if this potentially expected bounce continues or not. We were looking to see if it would happen or not, if tech held, if healthcare held, if comms and discretionary could, not break their CDO, and if they did, could they start to recover back towards it? And a lot of those are starting to do that right now, so it makes sense why we see some upside right here. From the gap 50%, mind you not, which you guys should have had this level specifically added for weeks now. I've had this chart on y'all's screen for a while now. But the gap 50% is right there, as Carter pointed out for us earlier. Which honestly is kind of cool. I feel like that should only give you even more confidence after seeing something like that. PVEC. I know PVEC. Nah, bro. There's no introduction. I remember your name. How are you doing? Sorry, I was a little quiet there. I was just reading. Plus, I did not shut up for like 40 minutes straight just now, so I was trying to get my oxygen back. I felt like I was like breathing a lot on the mic while I was talking, but it was literally just because I wasn't shutting up. My body was like, dude, chill out a second. Good to see you, though. Actually, speaking of the Discord, I need to go check that out for a second. Actually, I'm good now. I forgot. I keep forgetting. I got really cool people who post a lot in chat now, so I don't feel as worried for like anybody who's newer in there now. Whereas in the beginning, that was always kind of a concern. But I don't feel like anybody new could come into my chat and truly fuck things up unless they fucked it up themselves. There's just a lot of really helpful posts. Let's check on those sectors, see if anything changed. We can see tech is absolutely flying after bouncing on the 50%, so feeling a lot more bullish now because it is. Banks trying to hold on to their 50% of their overnight gap up. Comms also still fighting that. Make sure y'all draw that if you want to know the actual specific level. You just grab a fib from your previous day close to your current day open, and it's the 50% of that. You have discretionary just under CDO after falling, but we were talking about how they can move up towards CDO after making it down to that lower level. In healthcare, we're just looking to see if they hold on to current day open because that's all they've done all day. Staples fell hard today. I say hard, they're just a new recent low. And energy, not even though these don't have like a great impact on the market in terms of like weighting, I still like to go over them just because they are good outliers. Energy is related to so many different market events over the past, 6 to 8 years. I almost said 7. 6 to 8. That's the new joke. Just skipping over the number entirely. So yeah, if you guys feel a little bit more bullish now, you probably should because we can see our tech chart here, which is about a third of the entire market. It is moving higher, so makes sense. Good morning, by the way. Again, make sure to drop a like on the stream, share the stream link around if you can, and share something about yourself if you're in here. Say hi, say whatever. Been good, man. Been trying to get back on track. Nice. So that's always good to hear. I've definitely had my fair share of ups and downs since you've been gone. Since you've been gone. But we all have our ups and downs, don't we? Good to hear that, man. And honestly, the only advice I think I'd give, which I really wouldn't even want to call it that because that's not what I'm trying to do, would definitely be take it slow if you're trying to get back on into the swing of things. Just take your time, get comfy, get a good grip on some of the things you're going to be using to help yourself get in and out of trades or whatever you plot or whatever you throw on your screen. Make sure you understand what it is, why you have it. So when you're actually trying to trade around it, you can at least trust what you're looking at. If I threw up a bunch of shit on my screen, I didn't know what the hell it was, I feel like I would go nuts. In prep. It is amazing how many times a lot of people's problems stem from not prepping, not preparing something, whether it's the chart, not having even a basic understanding of what you're going to do once you approach entering and exiting a trade. Speaking of swings, what we swinging? Brother, you missed the last swing. We shorted Amazon the other day and we did pretty damn good. 55 and 60% on the trim and full profit. We fucking killed it yesterday. Make sure you guys are checking my channel if you are looking for swings. I probably post a little less often than you're probably used to seeing in other groups because I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not an idiot. I might have, I'm not the brightest bulb, but I'm not an idiot. I know not to swing every single day, but it seems to be a very popular trend in many Discord groups to post swings every day. I don't know why. It's probably because they're not actually entering any of the swings they're in. You only swing 5% gains? Fucking legend. Tips hat, throws on black sunglasses. Pops Coke bottle open with just one finger. Elbows jukebox machine for favorite song to play. But yeah, make sure, Ace, if you do want to try to catch any, make sure to go check that channel, which I think you already know that. You're just fucking with me, but In case anybody else is wondering. Sometimes I'll have like 3 or 4 swings in a week, and then the next week I'll have like one. Like it's just I don't know. I don't have an expectation of how many swings I'm gonna look for the next week. That's just such a weird thing to say out loud. I'm gonna try to get like 5 swings next week. Like what? How the fuck are you even saying that? That's just guessing. Hope you've been doing good though, Ace. All right, let's get a couple of these. You want to do 5 swings this year? Jesus. To be fair, your swings are a little different than mine. Yours are like full market swings, which I want to definitely get into doing that, but I don't think my chat's patient enough to do that. I mean, we're talking like 3, 4 months of holding something, which people in theory are like, yeah, I'd totally do that. No, bullshit. Once you actually started doing it, you'd be like, nah, bro, this is not me. But yeah, no, I got what you mean. Checking out CRCL for, I don't want to look at this. I honestly hate watching inside bar setups that just started, especially when the candle's that large. What was the other one Frankie said? Oh, Intel. Yeah, I did see Intel. Intel was fucking killing it. It's funny because I actually looked at this one yesterday. Not for a swing, but I was going through my watch list. And I saw it there and I was like, damn, that actually looks good for a bounce. But I would never have entered that. AVGO was another one I looked at yesterday because I was like, damn, dude, that could start bouncing. Netflix did look good for shorts. Now it has an inside bar, but it's not really gone anywhere. So that one's still kind of 50-50 despite the market today. And then itching after like 10 minutes and pulling some same day out of you, but 3 minutes before close. I haven't done that in a long time. I could be honest. I have not done that in multiple years. I can't even tell you the last time I entered and exited a trade the last hour of the day. Monday was probably the closest I've gotten in a long time. I think trading the last like few minutes is genuinely brain dead. Oh no, I wasn't even close. Oh, okay, 225. Yeah, okay. But that was me done with the trade, so almost the last 30 minutes of the day. Never mind. I guess I did get pretty close to that. I pulled a 350% out of my ass last Friday. Only same day traded this year. Hey, that's not bad. Pretty big gain. It's the only like quick scalp you've done like that on the same day this year. I feel like that's pretty damn good. What do y'all think, Chad? You think Tobias is full of it? You're right to think so. These are just drawdown fibs, by the way. It's amazing. It amazes me how easy they are, though. Did anyone watch my video in my Discord channel from a couple days ago? I think it was Tuesday, actually. I keep saying a couple days ago, like Tuesday was so far. It's literally just yesterday. Oh, wait, it wasn't yesterday. It was a couple days ago. It was on Monday. 3/23/2026 at 2:17 p.m. I highly suggest everybody go watch that video if they didn't already. Everything in that video has already happened. For me, no. I pay zero capital gains tax in the Netherlands over 108K in capital. You pay a fixed 4% of money. But yeah, we got to remember that that system only works because they have a population of whatever their population is. They don't have hundreds of millions of people. A lot of people forget about that too when it comes to like healthcare policies and taxes. They forget that it actually does depend on like the population. You know, there are definitely good tax systems and healthcare systems around the world, but they only work in certain cases because of the population. Wealth tax is very un-American. Yeah. How do you think Tobias feels? That's funny. But a lot of people don't realize that because healthcare genuinely, like people always in America, it's like a joke to make fun of Canada for their bad healthcare, but it's like we have horrible healthcare too. Not because our doctors or anything suck, it's because the policies suck. And there really isn't a good healthcare plan. And a lot of it's funny too because most people, and I almost promise most people in here will agree with me. A lot of people who have health insurance don't have good dental insurance. Like that's another thing that's really weird is there's not really good dental insurance for anything. Even if you do get good health insurance, you end up getting non-existent or very bad dental insurance. It's not a wealth tax if it's not liquid. You pay 0%. Oh, that's kind of cool. You could Warren Buffett the whole thing. Hmm. Well, I guess if we want to invade our own country, we'll just go to the Netherlands. Yeah, thanks for the clarification, Tobias Trades. Yeah, no, I agree, Data J. And it's even, you know, what's even worse about our whole healthcare drama in our country is every time we try to fix it, our government shuts down. So it's like it's a very touchy subject for no reason. Our politicians are just really bad, dude. It amazes me how many people don't see that shit. They'll say it and they'll agree with me, but they don't actually believe it. Most people don't actually think politicians are that bad. I'm sorry. They might say it, they might post it, they might even think they believe it, but they don't actually believe it. These people set up the worst healthcare and dental policies I've ever seen in any country in the globe, despite us having some of the world's leading stuff, you know? It's crazy. And then you add in the insider trading that almost 90% of them do. It's like, what are these people in office for? To do stuff for us or to fuck us all over? Because it sure feels like that the latter. And I'm not even getting political or attacking just left or right. This is happening on both sides. It's crazy. And it's funny, like y'all could go to so many different websites now. Like it's so openly posted now. Like there are bots. Y'all have probably seen like the Nancy Pelosi bot, the Jim Cramer bot, the Trump tweet bot to help you show his Truth Social posts on different apps. Like it's crazy, and they have that for every politician nowadays. They have that for everybody who insider trades, and they're getting away with it openly. Like I know I like to bag on the crypto scams because they happen damn near every day, but we should be bagging on that shit too. People like to complain about market makers, a function of the market that's needed for the market to flow, but they won't complain about that. Blows my mind. I can't get over how clean this chart is. Data J, that's funny. It's not liquid. It's a golden toilet. It's not liquidated. Data J hears your tax system and is instantly trying to figure out ways to fuck over the government. That's funny. The Netherlands government, they're shaking in their boots right now. That's some Elvis shit for real. That man died on that golden toilet too. Imagine dying on a golden toilet. Like, can anyone even laugh at you? You're sitting on a golden toilet. Only your haters will laugh. Which I don't even know if Elvis had haters. Dude, I saw Elvis's diet and I was like, holy shit, this guy deserved to die on a toilet. This guy ate some bad shit like all his life. Y'all should see the sandwich he ate on a daily basis. I mean, this thing would give me a heart attack. It was like a peanut butter sandwich, but it had like full on bananas, and he like toasted something else. There's like a bunch of shit on it. That guy lived and ate very proud. If you ever look up Elvis's diet, I think you'll be shocked. That man ate like a kid. I respect it though. Live large. But yeah, I saw his diet and I was like, bro, there's no way this was real. I had to like Google search it, look it up on YouTube. I was like looking everywhere to double confirm it because I'm like, no way this is real. His diet seemed so unreal. Or his diet seemed so unreal. I guess just be speaking in the past tense. Someone said, waiting for Iran to tweet, we're not reviewing shit. That's funny. Bro, y'all gotta. This message is crazy. He said, even Thinkorswim is getting laggy lately. It's been a sign that some fuckery is afoot. Staying out for now. Bro's lagging and he's blaming it on. Okay. This ain't Robin Hood, little bro. Bro tried to put Thinkorswim on Robin Hood level. Elvis had haters for being too sexual? Damn, bro. Haters, for real. Everybody needs love. What's up, Data J? How was your Wednesday, the 25th, going, brother? Hopefully, my streams have been up to standard for you. Let me know if the quality's dropping off. If so, I retire. I really can't take Ace's like criticism too serious because he's never even here. This is probably the first stream he's liked in like 2026. He don't even talk to me anymore. He don't like me. Probably made like an ICT group chat. All right, guys, fair value gap's coming. I can only do this with Ace because he's the only person who's not gonna like take it to the heart. Hey, fuck you, man! I like my strategy. I asked to join it, and he said only cool kids. He said you had to pay $200 a month just to talk to us. Ace, I wish you had Black Ops. I wish you had Battlefield 6, dude. I played with Fipo. I played with Maddie. I played with Andrew. You know, a bunch of people from the chat. Actually, one of my funniest clips, it has Andrew in the background. I love that clip so much. He's like in a tank and he's like, we're about to die. We're about to die. I get out of the tank and I blow up the other tank and his laugh is just so funny. He gave off the King Soul Brook laugh from One Piece and he doesn't even watch anime. Actually, he's seen a little. The low, the high, and the close. Bro can't even mock my system correctly. I miss you though, Ace. But yeah, I wish you had BF6. That shit's cinematic. Not previous day though. Oh my god. There is a guy from what's his name's chat on Twitter. And I don't know what it is with that group, but everybody has to tweet and look like they're their own trader. They're all like trying to steal from each other. That's the vibes that whole group gives off. But there's someone from that group of said name. And on his Twitter, instead of calling things previous day, he labels everything yesterday. So he'll say yesterday low, yesterday high. He says pre-market high, pre-market low, normal. And his account was made like last year. I'm like, yeah, okay, dude. It's always a dead giveaway when like everyone they follow follows you. It's It's like, oh yeah, you've never heard of me, never seen anything on this. Yep, sure, dude. I believe you. Full of shit. What happens on Monday? Oh yeah, don't we have a holiday Monday? Is it Easter? No, Easter. We're past Easter, right? I don't even know anymore. Oh look, D Rose interrupted. This was Good Friday, April 3rd. Oh, if you use yesterday low instead of prior day, I hate y'all. Okay, don't use previous. Don't use prior. Let's go to yesterday's low. I don't want to look at prior day low. I don't want to look at previous day low. I want to look at yesterday's low. Ugh. Yeah, but people do that shit, man. And there's nothing I can really do about it. So it's better to just ignore it all and focus on just me. So I don't get too pissed. It is kind of like a living nightmare when there are a bunch of people who just basically copy everything I'm doing and then don't even try to contribute to me. Like, come join the Discord for free. Come hang out. Like, shit. You don't got to pay me a dime to hang out and talk about the system. But it's funny how many people just invest in learning the system and then not actually do anything after that. They'll just go and do their own thing, and then you'll see them like a couple months later in a different group promoting their group and like sending links out because it's just so cringe. That's why I also don't do like referral setups in my group because if people are so fake, there are more people who would rather join your group to get you members because they're benefiting from it than actually just learning how to trade. It's like it turns into a pyramid scheme, and it's so weird. Like there's that famous one that people go to that like starts with an X. I can't remember the name. It's like X Traders or X Nation or some stupid name. But all they do is literally just get people to sign up. I don't even know if actual trading goes on in the group or not. It's all built on just getting other people to sign up, and then you get those people to get other people to sign up, and it just goes on from there. And the more people you get to sign up, the more of a referral you get, and blah blah blah. It's just like at what point did that just turn into a money machine? It's not even actually doing anything. It's just pushing people to go get other people. It's very weird. Legit pyramid scheme though. Discord pyramid scheme. Don't even need a real product at all. I don't know how that works. And it's pretty cool, man. I don't know about you guys or if you're the same way as me, but I've incorporated the previous day and the old BB system so well into my charts that I don't even really plot the levels as much anymore. They're just there. Whenever we pull back, you'll hear me mention all like so many of these levels, and I don't even have half of them marked anymore. Like it's just how long I've been going over them. They're just there for me now. I like to keep the chart clean, and I know that those levels are important. I don't forget those. When we go down, there's almost always something there. I mean, nothing's 100%, but there's always key levels around. Like if we have a higher open and we're going down under current day open, what's there? Previous day high, previous day control point, previous day close, previous day low. Like you have so many different levels that are going to be there. So no, you're not just lost. And if you go up, if we keep pushing and you have no levels, you just didn't zoom out or grab enough historical levels. Go get some. Thank you guys again, by the way, for all the likes on the stream. If you shared the stream link around, I appreciate you. You are welcome for what? Damn, did y'all see Trade Floor? Why can't I drag that? The 800th personator trying again. Look, up 2,489,000 just today. What? I didn't even realize that, actually. What the fuck? I'm officially restarting the 100K to 1 million 2026 challenge next Monday. When did I ever do this at all? What do you mean restarting it? I'm going to restart and let everyone follow my exact trades for completely free in a private server chat. Oh, nice. I hope you're in the private server. Why is it a private server, but it's free? A free private server? Talking as if I have brain rot. Something don't add up on God. God, that is horrible. The bots used to be believable. I can't see someone in my chat getting scammed by that. And you could clearly see someone either type that with AI or they're not from America. They're not from this side of the globe. The person's speaking as if they're from Europe or just someone who doesn't speak English clearly. So again, no hate to people who can't speak English great. I'm right there with you, brother. But damn, these impersonators are trying hard. It's funny too because I think they all leave before I can even ban them. I've had a few do that now. They'll just join, message as many people who don't have the setting on, which amazes me how many people in my chat still don't have that on, or maybe some of you just don't care. But you can turn on all kinds of settings to stop that shit. I've told people in the past, you can literally add me right now on Discord and just every time one, because I'm not going to message you. I don't have the energy or time to do that. But if someone else messages you that has my name, you'll instantly be like, well, wait, is this the real one? You could see because it'll say, no, you're not a mutual friend. No, you're not in mutual servers. Like you could literally be like, okay, fake. Two, there's a setting in Discord where you can make it to where people can't message you or add you unless they have you, one, as a friend already, or two, are also in the server with you. So you can literally block all the annoying ones. And then there's a third setting. I think you can mute something. I don't remember the other one now. I heard scammers include spelling mistakes and grammar issues because it filters out people likely not to fall for the scam. Ah, that would make sense. I refuse to believe that though because there's no way they're actually that smart. They're desperate people, they're not smart. Desperate people find solutions. It's never always going to be a smart solution. That is pretty crazy to think about though. Because that's what people do on social media. They'll spell things wrong on purpose. So you comment below on their video or comment below on their YouTube short and say, hey, you fucked this up, or hey, this is wrong. They want you to do that because by you commenting, you're gathering more engagement for the post. Desperate people preying on other desperate people. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. That's a very good way you just put that. Before AI, if I needed help, I would post on Reddit the wrong information and people would correct me. If I posted the question, it would get ignored. What? That is some crazy reverse psychology you did. Post on Reddit just the wrong information because you know you're going to piss off somebody that actually knows what they're talking about. And then you're going to get all the answers out of it. Oh my god, that is fucking genius. And Reddit is literally the best place to go. God, dude, that is so genius. Yeah, because if you word it as just like a simple question, people are like, I don't really want to reach out and help. But if you piss them off by getting it wrong, they're going to feel inclined to answer and correct you. That is genius. That is actually genius. You got a fat brain, Data J. A thick brain. Oh, here comes my daily knock down my door by my dog that is small. What's up, dude? I talk to my dog like a person. Yo. Hello? Can I get a hi? You just went straight to chewing on the blanket. Is this the liquidity grab that I was talking about right here? Did it already happen? Or will another tweet come out? Tune in next week on the S&P 500. It's literally like a live reality show at this point. Impressive too because I don't think a lot of people see this correctly. I just think they see down. When in reality, we did actually have a good green close that had a lower open follow. Not just a lower open, a bearish kicker open. It opened under the entirety of the open and the close. Not under the low, but it got under the meat of that day, which is insane strength. So for this to already get kind of upended and this be the low candle, that's what makes me think about Jesus, she's knocking over shit. That's what makes me think about the potential in the liquidity grab, because if you go to past historical levels that have done that before, we've done it once, twice, 3, 4, 5. I'll just count that as 1. 6. Didn't happen there, didn't happen there, didn't happen there. 7. And then this is where we fell from. So 7 times, and 7 times did it go up. Here on this 8th time, you can see we got a good close over and then still just cascade away. Now, of course, this had some news to kind of help it out go down, but I think it just goes to show how strong these can be. And if you look, right, I know I got a lot on the screen. If you look, where I have all these ovals, this is where it happened the first time. So for it to do it over here would be kind of poetic. I think it'll be uglier and slower than the past because this one actually had a lot of extra news on the end of it. But I do think this is where we bounce from. I just don't think it's going to be as clear and simple and, you know, straight to the point as these other ones have been, where it's literally just like, all right, bounce, all right, bounce, all right, bounce, all right, bounce, all right, bounce. Whereas here it's like you have a lot of opens and higher opens and lower opens. It's a lot of weird mixtures of days, which I think is good. I think it should be messy down here. And if I'm wrong, we do cascade lower, it's going to be pretty obvious because we'll see a rejection of this area, and it'll be pretty easy to kind of call out that again. The first time going from here to here wasn't that hard to see. Seeing it again is pretty clear now that we've already seen it once. Just got to pay attention. What are you doing? Can't have both. Give me one of them. No. Don't grab that other one. I have a Nerf gun in my room, and it shoots tennis balls. And she keeps trying to get it. Don't grab that other one. You know what you're doing. You can't mess up the tennis balls, dude. What's up, though, stream? How are you guys doing? Anybody in here still chilling? I know I got Data J in here. What you guys up to, though? You guys looking at anything? You guys busy at work? You guys just busy in general? Falling asleep? How we feeling? I need a vibe check. We're about 26 minutes away, 25 minutes away from the first phase of the day ending. If you guys are in here too, I would highly check this stuff out. I do my best to not have ads on like videos and streams. If you get ads, it's because you literally just don't pay for the YouTube thing and you're just going to get ads naturally, of course. So that's just tough shit. But I do my best to not run ads though. So this isn't like to try to make an extra 16 cents on you. Definitely go check out any of the content you have access to. If you have a membership on here, go check that shit out. I've been posting a lot on stuff for you, so check that out. Got a funny video up here. If you're someone looking for some productive content, these most recent videos that are all public are very, very updated. It just kind of goes over the core mechanics of everything we do. I just didn't feel like doing a million repeat uploads, so I just kind of stopped doing public uploads just because I'm literally just making the same video 100 times over. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time now. I also am still impressed. This is the most. This is why I say, like, people are on my dick. This video has 36,000 views, and I'm going over the basics of the pre-market strategy and previous day strategy in this video for about 8 minutes. Just showing how you can abuse just basic levels in the 1 minute. And then they'll turn around and say they don't use anything I've ever shown them. Like, okay, sure, dude. Why do you still mark previous day and pre-market then? This isn't my most viewed video for no reason. I promise that video has been, like, linked to so many different people around the freaking trading community. It's crazy. What's up? Oh, see if SPY rejects here. So far, not looking bad for rejection, just because it's got a couple wicks there, a couple dojis to follow it. I like that bearish hammer against 659.11. I'm chilling now, but really, really good week so far. I did catch a tiny scalp. I was pretty excited about that. Found a great hack. The P trap broke and you just bypassed it. What does that mean? Would you just put like a hose on each end? Versus P trap broke. Do I need to buy a new one or can I buy? Oh. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because that just pissed me off reading it. That worked actually. Because I was like, you can't bypass a P. You need the P trap, or your shit's not gonna work right. That whole bathroom's gonna smell. Versus P trap broke. Do I need to buy a new one or can I bypass it? Oh my god, you're a genius. You're actually a fucking genius. If I could rewire my brain to work just like that. Holy shit, Data J, that's so genius. Just rereading that again. Weak uptrend, overlapping red and green candles, not able to make new high and at level. Yeah. It is funny though how I just said it feels good for shorts and then the fattest red candle appears. That might be the largest red candle on the day, actually. I'm not like doing that to pat myself on the back. It's crazy how much lower that red candle went. And I'm patting myself on the back. I don't know. Some people think you need like fucking huge moves for good gains. Like, you really don't. If you get anywhere near like $1 to $2 move like pretty quickly, like, I don't know why people complain about that. Would you like to make more? Yeah, no shit. Who wouldn't? You're like stating the obvious thinking that way. Like, no shit, you'd want to make more. But we're not trying to make more every trade. You're trying to be realistic and try to, find an average gain to collect. Plus, with volatility, I didn't even talk about that. It makes it feel like not every trade is going to be the same. Holy shit, this thing is just dumping. Such a clean move, dude. And yeah, I really only liked it for potential downside just because, again, just kind of seeing it get up to the level, fall back under this again. Because, again, let's go back. What was the first reason that we liked for this dropping the first time? Because it was breaking 659.11 and because it was breaking current day open. And if you look at your first three candles of the day, you have basically an evening star. But you have a bearish hammer into a bearish candlestick. So no matter what you call it, it's just visually bearish. Then you got the break of CDO, wall under this already. So you broke one, broke the next. Like, it literally should just go down to this. Why should it go down to this? Because of the gap up, that's 50%, and it lines up with a larger time frame level that we have here. So there's two reasons here, and there's two reasons up here. So it's not really that surprising to see why we would be bearish when it approaches this and doesn't close over or get over anything. So seeing this isn't surprising. Seeing a slow grind up after getting down here, not surprising. A lot of this isn't surprising today. Sure, the open was definitely crazy, but everything since the open has been very clear. Also, that was kind of fun to watch earlier on the 30-minute because you could see it was just reacting to both sides. This candle was an inside bar against resistance. This candle's still technically an inside bar inside of that candle. So we're still looking to get outside of this area. Will it happen today? Will it happen tomorrow? Will it happen in the next 10 minutes? Also, if you're in the Discord, I also read this at the beginning of the stream today. I read out the briefing message that's up here because we had earlier optimism, but then it was also reported Iran said, just kidding. So, yeah, we're kind of back in the spot where it's like, well, why are we going up? So We'll see what happens. What? I may call up the National Guard to help airports. What the hell's going on? Iran will not accept a ceasefire or enter into this process with a party that has violated its agreements. I mean, nothing has changed on that front. Oil prices retreating today, brother. It's building back up. I'm not even going to share that second one. That one's late. Yeah, look at that drop now. They stopped paying TSA over a month ago, so they're quitting and it's causing delays. Why are they not paying TSA? Wait, let me get this straight. As we're stirring up more shit in the Middle East, right, and I have 9/11 just stuck in my head right now. As we're stirring up shit in the Middle East, we're not paying TSA. The people who make sure that bombs don't get onto planes. And no one sees an issue with this. Brother, fuck the National Guard. Pay the TSA. What am I? I'm glad I wasn't aware of that because that pisses me off. People always ask me why I don't vote. You just literally learned why. Each side thinks they're the right side, when in reality both of them are wrong. And sure, there's good things on both ends, but there's way more bad that outweighs the good. I don't understand. And honestly, it's funny because I see you saying it already, Aloha. Look at the lines. Look at how many people are stuck. Look how slow things are. That is the least of my worries. We should all be scared that someone could get killed on a plane. We should be worried that planes can be disrupted right now. That I'm more worried about that. We just pissed off so many people in the Middle East. I was about to say, if SPX hasn't hit 50% yet, I'm gonna be shocked. By the way, I did edit this message, but the thing I edited was because I typed like 660891. Like I didn't put a decimal there, so I just went back and deleted it so it wasn't like an 8-digit number that doesn't exist on this chart. So that does look sus, but I just wanted to make sure I was clear on that. Lines are wrapped around outside its nose in a spring break here in Florida. That's seriously like the least of my worries. Like I'm honestly so impressed how no one is talking about that. And there are people posting, yeah, sure, TSA is not getting paid, but why is no one talking about the severity of this? We're at war in the Middle East, and we're not paying the people who stop bombs from going on the plane. Make that one make sense to me. I mean, that has to be genuinely the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. And we've seen some pretty dumb things come out these past few years. These past 6 or 7, you know what I'm saying, years. Pretty bad. That has to be the worst, dumbest thing I've ever heard. I don't even know how to like piece words together because of how dumb this sounds. I was so unaware of this too. I didn't even know this was happening. I'm just so focused on whatever's in front of me. I'm not really paying attention, but that's crazy. I had no idea. We're not paying TSA right now. So the National Guard has to move in, not just to stop the delays of flights, but so the flights can be safe. Man, I hope none of you have to fly anytime soon. I hope not a single person in my chat has to fly around anytime soon. Yeah, we're paying our politicians. Exactly. Why are the politicians getting paid but the TSA can't? Actually, I'm gonna tweet that. That's a fucking great ass fucking opinion. But every other time I get on Twitter, it's like, verify your email. I bet politicians get to bypass TSA lines. Oh, brother, they're not even in the same airport as you and me. They're flying private. It doesn't matter if you're a low-end politician or the president. You're flying private. Those motherfuckers do not go on public airlines. Delta CEO cut perks for Congress members. Bro, they are not flying fucking Delta public airlines. Until this shit is figured out, they get to wait 4 hours just like civilians. There ain't nothing gonna come of it. That's crazy though, bro. I had no idea we weren't paying TSA right now. And that it's been almost a month. I wouldn't fucking go to work either if I was them, bro. You know, love your country or not, if you're not getting paid, how the hell do you keep your fucking family fed? Clothes on their back, roof over their head. especially with the interest rate and all this bullshit and today's consumer prices. It's funny too how quickly we all forgot about the inflation that has yet to go away. Like prices are still fucked for literally everything. Prices have not returned. And I talked about this. Please go to some of my older streams. I talk about the inflation that does not go away so many times. It is so fucked. Let's say milk cost $2 5-6 years ago. Almost said 6-7 again, I'm not gonna lie. And now it's like $3-4. Let's say $5. It jumped up to 5. Even though these are all unrealistic prices I'm giving you. We're in the state now where it's jumped up to 5 from 2, and it dropped to like 4, and everyone feels better because it dropped $1. But in fact, it's still double the price of what it used to be. That's where we're at right now for just basically everything. No matter what the media is telling you, like, oh, energy prices this, gold that. Like, dude, consumer prices are fucked. Good luck buying and selling houses. Good luck paying for your family unless you have a pretty decent job, or maybe you and your wife has a job. You know, it's actually super tough right now for everybody in the economy. And our politicians just do not seem to give a fuck. The left or the right, dude. It's so crazy. I actually think that should be a law. If TSA is not being paid, Congress should not be getting paid. If you're a politician, you should not be getting paid. If the people who protect our fucking planes from exploding are not getting paid. I mean, that's like saying we're not paying our military, but we're at war. It just sounds stupid. It doesn't make sense. That is crazy we are not paying TSA right now. I mean, that has to be the biggest backhand to the American consumer and just your average American ever since I don't even know when. I mean, Jesus. I can't even like calculate that in my head how bad that is. This is the most exposed we are ever. Our military is strong, sure, yes, our country's safe, but Jesus Christ, bro. You're telling me we aren't even paying TSA right now? That is mind-bending to me. You know, whenever the Postal Service stuff was happening, that was kind of fucked up too. But that wasn't like, oh my God, our mail's going to get taken by people. You know, nothing really bad came from it. I mean, it was pretty bad, but it wasn't the end of the world. This is crazy. This is like 6,000 times that. That is just mind-bending to me. Dude, this country does not work the way it should. That is nuts. Honestly, I say it again. I hope none of you have to fly until this shit's fucking fixed. I hope not a single one of you fly until this is fixed. That is crazy. And if you do end up flying in this time period while TSA is not getting paid, I wish you the safest journey, seriously. From the bottom of my heart, because that is just nuts to me. And I'll quit ranting on this now, but like that is so just out of this world to me. My brain can't even compute that. Not paying TSA. That is so just mind-blowing. Here's a more detailed report on the Iran situation as of an hour ago. And this all is still the same. It's just this is way more broken down. Iran has officially rejected the U.S.'s peace proposal and sets 5 conditions for an end to the war. That's asking for a lot. Let's see. They include immediate end to attacks and assassinations on Iran, establishment of concrete guarantees against future U.S. attacks, clear determination and guaranteed payment for war damages, international recognition of Iran's authority over the Strait of whatever, an end to the war across all fronts, including for all Iranian proxies in the region. We now await a response from the U.S. Oh, God. Oh, my God, this is funny. Look. You are not addicted to X. You are monitoring the situation. That's a good ass one. That's actually super funny. I think out of all those points, the one that scares me the most is that, I think it's the fourth one. Yeah. And the third one. They want payment for damages, which I get that. I helped them rebuild. But the fourth one's a little crazy. International recognition of Iran's authority over the Strait. That's pretty crazy. That's the one that's the most crazy to me out of all of those. The potential thought process is that this was a plan of the project and process. This is crazy. Oh, finally, something good to talk about. Fuck all this drama. Let's look at something good, man. Took a nice, quick 3-contract scalp on this dump. I liked the pace and volume in which price was moving down combined with the levels and jumped on in. Oh, he's showing both. Very cool. Yeah, I won't lie. Today's levels were leveling, man. I feel like there was no reason to be super bullish besides the initial open and just seeing if it was going to keep going or not. And then after that, it was like super clear that it was not trying to go more. I even said it in the beginning of the stream, too. It literally felt like bullshit when we went up. It literally just felt so wrong. It didn't feel right. It didn't look right. Very nice. Good shit, Maddie. We love seeing Maddie win. Big Maddie fans around here. If you aren't a Maddie fan, I don't respect you. My dog is passed out on the ground right now. I mean, she is on her side, belly up, with a tennis ball right in front of her. I didn't even see that message. He said flying to Houston next week. I hope that's not real. I hope that's not true. I really hope no one in my chat flies for the next fucking month or until this gets fixed. Just out of pure safety, that's crazy. I would definitely say the move here was kind of clean, 10 out of 10. And then honestly, this one was clean. This drop here was clean, but only because it actually gave you pretty nice price action. You had some grind up into the level, you had some wicks against it. And then I was like halfway into this candle. I was like, yeah, this is probably dumping more as long as it sits under the lows of these candles right here. Should go down. And then you'd aim for like your higher lows. I'm not saying it's going straight down to this. I mean, aim for your higher lows. You got one right here. You got one right here. Don't just use just the level. It's just a good reference point. The direction in which we're going in. But you got other price action right here to use context that we didn't have right here. So both moves, honestly, 10 out of 10, I have to say. 10 out of 10. Good movement, good size of movement. It wasn't just like, 30 cents and it reversed. Good pacing too, like Maddie said in his review. It didn't go and drop and then it took fucking 2 hours to get there. I mean, in both drops it took about 25 minutes if you count some of the rejection candles as well. So it's very well paced. And yeah, I'll probably stream for another 20-30 minutes. If you guys have any questions along the way from here to then, please feel free to throw them out. If you have anything else you just want to throw into the stream, maybe it's not a question, it's just whatever, throw it out there. But yeah, not gonna lie, pretty damn good week of streams if you ask me. Which I feel like it's biased if you ask me, but I did my best to stay focused. We actually covered things for the first few hours of each stream. We had our fun in each of the stream too, talked about random things. And I don't really care about y'all's political beliefs, but I want you guys to feel like free in here. You shouldn't have to feel like you're not allowed to be yourself. Also, on the other end of things, if you guys hear opinions that you don't agree with, you don't need to go out and attack that person. You can have a discussion without hating each other. You can disagree with someone wholeheartedly and still be their friend. It's actually amazing when you do that. So if you guys do happen to talk about things that aren't trading related, please feel free to keep it in the off-topic channel. But also, try to moderate yourselves. We should all be friends. It shouldn't be about taking each other's head offs over the slightest opinions. So, just love each other. That's all I ask. You don't have to agree with each other at all. I really want to get y'all another swing, man, but I don't want to force anything. I posted that Netflix idea yesterday, but I didn't enter it. Like I said, I didn't want to overtrade, but it looks like it's still just sitting there, though. I bet the trade itself is down. Because, again, you got the higher open and it's just kind of sitting here. But still rejecting the drawdown. All it needs is a new low and then can start pushing to a lower level like 90, 88, 60. I definitely don't like it, though. Anybody who is looking at that idea, I don't like it if it starts retaking that level there. 92.28, that's the 50% of the previous day. I said in my post, if I'm not trading it, but if anybody is going to, they should definitely be kind of paying attention to the previous day control point because that can give you a good short-term indication on if your trade's wrong or not. Also, the overall market, we'll know a lot more information later on in the day or even into tomorrow. So if anybody is looking at that, you could definitely use other part of the market to help you out. But yeah, no official call out for the chat. I didn't want to post another swing, but I wanted to at least post, hey, there's a couple setups around the market that don't look too bad. I didn't look at PG again today, but they weren't looking too bad yesterday. I was wanting to see if they'd get a higher open or not. They got the higher open, but they're a little down now. So I'm looking to see if that one kind of stables out or not. That's more of like a Staples watch. You know, if Staples start to actually build momentum and build back up, I want to have something that's in a similar area. And there's a bunch of other really good picks too, like Costco, Walmart, but I just thought PG was the best placed. It just looks the most like the staple chart. So I like that one. Keeping my eyes on that in case we do see further drop in the market on tech, but you see Staples pick back up. That rotation is very possible. And like I said a few minutes ago, I am going to end the stream in like 19, 20 minutes, but feel free to end or feel free to ask any questions or throw anything out if you guys want before then. My brother's having like a chef arc. Bro made the best quesadillas I've ever eaten in my life, and now he's making pigs in a blanket. No bullshit. The quesadillas he made were genuinely the greatest things, the greatest quesadillas I've ever eaten. I genuinely mean that. Not even trying to be nice to him. It genuinely was like, what the fuck? I'd pay $60 for those quesadillas I ate. Not actually, but they were damn good. And they were chicken quesadillas. That's another thing. I feel like I never eat chicken quesadillas. I always eat like beef quesadillas. And the chicken ones he made were fucking amazing. What do you guys prefer, chicken or beef or pork or whatever? What do you guys prefer on your quesadillas? If you ever even get them. Some of you in the north are like, "What are you talking about?" I don't know why I made you sound country after I said that. You mean quesadilla? Yeah. We don't have quesadillas in the north. We have quesadillas. It's like that Family Guy bit when he hits like they get like rich, and he's like, I'm gonna get us the most expensive meal we've ever eaten, gang. And he takes the family out to a fast food restaurant. He goes to the drive-thru. He's like, "Yeah, I'll have 10,000 chicken fajitas." And it was the most expensive they've gotten. It just wasn't in the way you probably thought they meant. 10,000 chicken fajitas. I haven't watched Family Guy in literally forever, but I used to watch it religiously, and I could still remember a lot of different lines. Family Guy I don't know about now, but it used to be very, very, very funny. I haven't watched it in forever though. I really like too in like funny cartoons like The Simpsons or Family Guy. I like when they do like a collab, like Star Wars, Family Guy, or like the cool like or like they make fun of a movie and you get to see like kind of the movie again, but it's through like the POV of the cartoon. Like it's kind of funny when they do stuff like that. Or, like merge the ideas together. Oh yeah, yeah, the parodies, yeah, yeah. Those are the best, man. Because you kind of have a general outline of what's happening, but you get to see it again, and it's a little bit funnier because you already kind of know what should happen. It's like the same thing with the actual movies too, like Meet the Spartans. I haven't seen that in forever, but I remember as a kid that was like the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Because I'd already seen 300, so you watch Meet the Spartans, and it's a whole other vibe. Like the outline is still there; it's just a different creature. Yeah, those I like those kinds of things. I haven't seen a few of them in a while, but those are very funny. There's so much shit I gotta catch up on Netflix, man. I haven't been watching anything on Netflix in a week or two, and they added like so much shit. All right, my bad. I'm back. My dog was barking. I like the parody episodes and the one referencing current. Oh yes, dude. I'm trying to think of the last one I watched that really got me. It was probably South Park, because South Park's probably the best at that. Oh, dude, which one? Honestly, whenever they had the Xbox versus PlayStation episode on South Park, that shit was so fucking funny. It went from just the kids to like the all the adults too. Like everybody was like part of it. It was so funny. And then Bill Gates got involved and the PlayStation owner got involved. That shit was so funny. I think that's the last like big one I'm remembering. There's probably another one that I just don't remember. Oh wait, no, the iPad. The iPad episode is pretty funny too. But yeah, those are pretty funny. Because you can like instantly be like, oh wait, I can relate to that. Or when they make fun of like the presidents, that's kind of funny too. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't even matter which one. Every time they parody it, it's just like spot on. Damn, big W for Smiller. What the hell is VCX? Damn, what the hell? I guess I can't blame him for getting out. Look at that candle. Holy shit. Damn, it's up 31% today. And that's just from here. Jesus. What a trade. Which one is VCX? VCX IPO for 3250 and went to 500 or higher. Yeah, that's disgusting. What is VCX? What is the IPO for that? Like what is It's just an Australian REIT? That's all it is? I mean, I say that like it's not big. Like, REITs are pretty cool. Oh, because they have cloud and OpenAI exposure. Holy fuck. Damn. I didn't even notice this was going on. Well, good shit to anybody who's paying attention to that. Damn, bro. Good for him. That's actually insane. It's crazy. I almost called out calls on a couple of these charts, but then I was like, that's crazy. It'd be crazy to say that. Plus, if this is only the first bounce, I want to see if it's followed up by anything else. Plus, we don't know if we're going to get continuation of this bounce either. It could go up $20 from here. It could go up $2 from here. That's pretty cool. Oh, that was actually one of the first things I learned. I remember I learned about compound interest, and then I learned about what REITs were from my friend Jason. I learned that a very long time ago because I don't know, but I don't think it's every single one of them, but almost all of them pay monthly as well for dividends. That one looks a little different though. That one looks crazy. They're like all kinds of shit in that one. It's like a REIT that has like AI exposure from Australia. Seth said he got a 50% portfolio increase today. As a portfolio increase is crazy. So he definitely caught a large piece of that. It's pretty huge. And yeah, I'm in the stream soon. Again, last time, if you guys have any questions or anything, you want to go over anything, or there's something on your mind, just throw it out there. If not, though, make sure to like the stream, share the stream link around, share the channel around, I guess, you know. Review some of the most recent videos, regardless of it being a membership upload or a non-membership upload on the YouTube. There's a lot of really cool videos. So yeah, check them out. The playlist too, tons of organized playlists on this channel. Probably could go in there and make another one if I wanted, but it's kind of overload at this point. But yeah, hope you guys check out all that stuff. And if we don't have anything, I think I'm going to end it there. Pretty good moves from the 659 and the current day open down into the 50% of the overnight gap, as well as the 655.96 level we have marked. So that was pretty cool. And we didn't get to see that move not just once, but twice, as we see price trying to hold on to the bottom of that area. So pretty much we're using this highlighted area, for anyone who doesn't know, for direction on all time frames. So if this area is holding, we're most likely going up. If this area is breaking, we're probably pulling back. Anytime we're inside of the range, it's really, really good for scalps, as you can see today, from one level to the other, just because they are basically both magnets for price right now. So yeah, but as a whole, on bigger time frames as well, I'll pull that up real quick if I can move this without my dog hitting my arm. You can see right now we're currently rejecting it on the bigger time frames, but we have had a lower open into a higher open, and since then we haven't broken any of the new low, haven't even broken this day's close. So there is a short-term hold in effect. This could be some of the case, just again because your tech sector slowed down, as well as multiple sectors. You go to your banks, you can see multiple days they're in the same range, they're consolidating. Remember I told you guys too, banks a lot of the time lead the way. So if this starts consolidating over multiple weeks like they have been, it kind of makes me think that we're going to start seeing that in a couple other sectors. So I don't think we're just going to get a bunch of dropping or a bunch of rising. I think we're going to get a bunch of both. So I think it's just good to have some of this mapped out. As you can see, even healthcare, they're getting a little bit of a bounce. Staples, they look like they're ready to rally. And then energy has not stopped rallying, of course, obvious reasons. So take a good look at these. If you want, take a screenshot so you can see which sectors we mainly look at. It's just the main 5, and then we look at 2 outliers, staples and energy. There are other sectors, but those are just the main ones we look at. And then, of course, your SPY chart to kind of see, does it line up with what you think, with how those sectors line up? You know, does this look bullish or bearish to you today, tomorrow, next week? And then, you know, use this to confirm alongside that as well. Definitely check out the first hour and a half, 2 hours of the stream today, as well as yesterday and Monday. Really, really good stuff to review on those. The first few hours of each stream, we do just heavily focus on just trying to be productive and focus on the levels. And I try my best to explain as I'm going, just so we can all be on the same page, not just for a trade, but to actually understand what the hell we're talking about. Because, you know, I want you to be able to trust the information as well, not just the person saying it. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again. Check out the Discord if you want. Link in the bio of the YouTube stream. And yeah, come check out the trade floor if you want to hang out. Message, check out everybody's post or post your own. And yeah, see you guys later on. Thank you guys again. Love you all.